we're doing in this group too, right? We're doing it as a team. So we're making it a team sport. And that makes it a lot more fun in my experience to practice and work on your speech and be motivated and, pick each other up. Because, like Eric said, and I was the same way growing up, I didn't know anybody else that stuttered. Just total sense of isolation. And you don't see them even, on TV. I mean, you don't see them anywhere. They're not in the public sphere. And some of that, obviously, is that most of us were in hiding. So we might have gone to a party. Maybe there was another kid in high school that stuttered, but they were hiding it as best they could, like most of us were. There was a lot of people in my high school that had no idea I stuttered, I think, because I didn't talk. If I thought it wasn't going to come out right, and you guys have seen my video of what I had a really good stutter. Like, I wasn't going to talk and not stutter. And so I just chose to zip it when I was in high school, which was the opposite of my personality, which wants to share, And so it was miserable. I mean, stuttering can be it can be so much more miserable than anybody would guess from the outside of the experience. I agree, it doesn't have to be if we sort of get to that higher level of acceptance like John was talking about. It doesn't have to be. I mean, it's still tiring to, battle through words, obviously, to do that. I was getting really tired once I got into my 40s of battling through syllables. But it doesn't have to be psychological torture. But for so many of us, it is. It is, especially childhood, when the iceberg is forming, deep and in a deeply shameful way. But it's pretty cool how quick we can potentially get beyond that total shame and embarrassment. And I think that radical honesty, which is something that a lot of the stuttering associations endorse, and I totally agree with it, just being out there open and honest, not apologizing for our stutter, not saying, oh, I'm sorry, you're going to have to be more patient for me. No, just, saying, hey, I got a stutter. Or I think better yet, I'm a fan of, I don't like to call it disclosure because it sounds like we're disclosing some deep, dirty, dark secret, or we're apologizing, just radical honesty. This is who I am. And for whatever reason, well, we know why, the stuttering mind historically tends to be really interested in what other people think about our lack of normal speech. And so by putting it out there on our own terms, not in a non-apologetic way, but just so you know, I've got a stutter, and you're going to hear that sometimes. Let's move on to conversation, that sort of thing. Jai,